So Frank, welcome to Bitcoin Italia podcast. We are here in Miami for the Bitcoin conference. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So listen, Frank, can you please talk to the Italian crowd a little bit in details what is Hives and what you guys do and how long, especially I'm interested, how long you've been in the market?
Well, we were the first public company to go public mining, and our first facilities were in Iceland.
Right.
And then
Perfect for mining, right? Cold weather.
geothermal, green energy.
Amazing.
Then we went to Sweden, and now we have the biggest Ethereum mining facilities in Boden, Sweden, 100 miles or 100 kilometers south of the Arctic Circle.
Fantastic.
And in the past 2 years, we've expanded into Canada, in New Brunswick, where we're building our own facilities, and we own the land, we own everything, and in Montreal. So there we're mining Bitcoin. We only use green energy. We were first to go public, first to actually have a strategy of ESG strategy to be compliant.
Fantastic.
And we're still the most profitable because of our Ethereum, and we're like the big player in Europe.
Fantastic. There's been a lot of talking about mining, right? In this year, 2021, we've seen China banning mining, Bitcoin mining for good, and a lot of mining facilities relocated to the US. Okay, right. So I guess this is good for the business here in America.
Well, especially the state of Texas.
Fantastic. Yeah, I heard so.
Because politically, they want business, and they have excess gas.
Right.
And they're flaring gas, so it can turn around and stop the flaring and turn that to electricity. They can mine Bitcoin, and that balances their overall cost. So the state, the governor, the congressmen, the senators, they're very vocal, they're very public about it. Come to the state of Texas.
Fantastic. How is the debate about mining here in the US? Because in Europe, we hear a lot of this, environmental issue and the fact that Bitcoin is a very polluting technology. Here in the US, there's still the same, anti-Bitcoin propaganda, or you guys are more open? You see a bright future for mining, for Bitcoin mining here?
Absolutely. There's
Cool.
what's words called FUD.
Exactly.
FUD. And there's lots of political FUD. And what we have seen is that the more socialist, more centralist thinking a government, the more they're anti-Bitcoin, which is decentralized. The whole thing of Brexit, of UK pushing away from EU, was being decentralized because the EU is too centralizing and controlling for the British. We're seeing disruption around the world with Uber.
Right.
Taxi cabs are all controlled by one person, so it's now democratized.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's going to go away, but what's really important with blockchain is its triple entry accounting, and not since the Medicis.
Exactly.
They created banking, basically, and they created the middle class because now people can get loans. If it wasn't for the Medicis and the Venetians, there's been no big breakthrough, and now we have triple entry accounting. So I think when you go to Consensus or these other conferences, IBM is huge there because they're a big proponent. Bitcoin validated the importance of the blockchain. And had they had all those weapons of mass destruction, they call them derivatives on a blockchain format like Bitcoin, we wouldn't have had the 2008 crisis. It was
Right.
much smaller, but no one could figure it out. So I think that this is no doubt a huge triple entry accounting phenomenon growing globally, and it's also demographics.
Right.
For Ethereum miners, they're kids. There's
Right.
30 million kids. They're gamers. If you're good at gaming, what do you get rewarded with? Digital money and that software.
Right.
And then now they're used to not cash, not monopoly money, they're used to digital money. So Bitcoin,
Right.
Ethereum is psychologically really easy. And they go to bed, they turn on their computer, and they can mine one Ethereum a year. Well, that's $3,000. You got 30 million kids. So that adoption process is not just here, it's everywhere.
Right. Talking about Ethereum mining, Ethereum is about to switch from proof of work to proof of stake. So your game there is almost over. How do you see that? And are you a proof of stake fan?
No. Proof of stake is centralization, and it's not going to happen. It's also, to me, FUD. So when I first started mining, creating Hive, it's going to come next quarter. It's been the best thing because I'm the most profitable crypto miner because I mine Ethereum. So none of the other Bitcoin miners are going out to mine it. It's us.
Right.
And it's so last year we hodled our Ethereum went up 300%. Bitcoin went up 80%.
Right.
I sold it, and guess who came in to do a deal with? Intel.
Huh.
So we're going to the state of Texas to double our capacity Bitcoin mining. We're the first to do a big deal with Intel with their new super chip.
Right.
So this is a big adoption. This is not going to go away. Now, what we did do in French, we have to do it Italian next. We took the 30-minute presentation by Michael Saylor on Bitcoin mining's use of electricity. There's so much FUD around it, and we took it to 3 minutes.
Fantastic.
And it is in Swedish, it's in French, it's in Spanish, and English. So next will be
Italian, please, so we can share it on our social media.
And the information is so much FUD. It's not 2% of all this.
Right.
It's nonsense. It's 10 basis points.
Totally. So you are betting heavily on Bitcoin mining for the future of your company,
Yes,
am I correct?
Correct, but I make so much money mining Ethereum,
Right.
So I think that Ethereum still is going to be very profitable, but I have the best NVIDIA chips in the world. Guess what they're used for? Artificial intelligence,
Right.
gaming, having my own independent decentralized data centers. They're going to become more valuable because people are concerned about putting all their data on one big center, such as Microsoft or Facebook. So
Right.
we want to be decentralized in that mechanism.
Fantastic. Frank, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
talking to us.
And we're listed on NASDAQ.
Totally. Thank you.